I must say beforehand that I chose to put a filter on my videos because I want to talk about a very sensitive matter, and my appearance, my personal appearance, does not matter at all, and I'm not fishing for any kind of trolling or compliments. I want to talk about eating disorders and people who are actually seeking a way to catch an eating disorder, which for me doesn't make any sense at all. Have in mind that I'm not targeting anyone who's trying to lose weight. I'm not targeting people who actually do have an eating disorder. I'm targeting the so-called anorexics or wannabes of eating disorders, just because it is glamorized through the media, because Mary-Kate Olsen has it, or because Kate Moss had it, or whoever is popular these days about it. This is the first harsh fact. If you're looking for tips and tricks in order to be able not to eat because you feel too hungry, if you go on for about 2 days without food, anorexia as a word means lack of appetite. So if you don't have a lack of appetite, you don't have anorexia. You might have the mindset that, oh, I don't like food, oh, I don't like candy, or oh, I want to get skinny, but that's not what a mental disorder is about, because eating disorder is a mental disorder. It's not, excuse me, I'm really cold. It's not something that you can flick a switch on and off whenever you want just to lose like 10 pounds. It's unbelievable why people want this. Harsh fact number 2. If you're searching to abstain from food for about like 2 weeks because you don't know how to do it, if you ask any professional, any dietitian, any trainer, any gymnast, any doctor, they will tell you that in order to successfully lose weight and keep it off is to graze through the day on a healthy meal and sensible, common sense meal. If you cannot stick to eating, what makes you think that you can stick to not eating? That doesn't make any sense at all. Second of all, if you really want to lose weight, the amount of time that you've put in to look for tips and tricks how to get anorexia, even if you're a normal person and you say, oh, you know what, I'm going to choose the ED way, the easy way, which is not easy apparently since you need a manual for it. I'll do the easy way and I'll search for tips and tricks and all that. Even if you can get an eating disorder like that, if it takes even a month to catch it and get into the mentality, you will not lose more weight. You will lose much less weight with that method, or any method that I've seen on the internet, rather with just working out regularly every day, or at least 5 days a week, and eating sensibly, or even vegan. Because if you have like something like the inspiration anorexic girls who are really skinny, vegans and raw vegans, I've seen plenty of them who are really skinny as well, and they eat, and they don't have an ED, and they have lots of energy, and they have such a good mood. Some of them are kind of insane because they belong to PETA and stuff, but that's totally irrelevant. That is like their lifestyle. Also, one thing that I wanted to make clear is, if you have no idea how offensive it is to go into a chat channel or forums that are supportive of your ED, not in a, oh, let's be all anorexic together. There are forums out of which me personally I belong to, but I will not advertise it on it just to keep the anorexics off it. They support the people who are suffering from an eating disorder. They are supporting the victims, not the hurricane and not the disorder. it's like supporting people who have cancer. You don't support cancer, you support the victims. It's exactly the same thing. And as an anorexic or a bulimic or a both, you go through phases and you go through cycles and you go through this fits and you go through hazes and you go through a lot of stuff. And most of these people, they have some they have something else along with their eating disorder. They have like an OCD, they have bipolar, they have ADD, they have a lot. And personally, people who I personally know have a lot more. So it's really offensive to actually ask people, how do I get what you get? Because these people, including myself, we have so much more than only the eating disorder. Second of all, it's really weird why to ask how to get an eating disorder. If you even knew why most of these girls have an eating disorder, you would be shocked. From the people that I personally know, about, if I know, say 30 people, about 25 of them have been abused in a way. Some have been in a really bad family environment, but I don't mean bad by, oh my god, my mom doesn't let me go out after midnight, or my mom makes me tidy up my room. Not that kind of bad environment. There are a few girls who have gone through a rape, some others ongoing rapes. It is a really bad psychological trauma that it makes them feel unworthy of any kind of fun, of any kind of nutrition, like nourishment, and they get heavily depressed, and that is why they got an eating disorder. It's not only because of being thin to be sexy. I have not met an anorexic who wants to be sexy, thin and sexy. That is not an anorexic mentality. That is not a bulimic mentality. That is not. Most of them who I know, they want to just disappear. They don't want to even be reminded they are women. The women, I do not know any men with an eating disorder so far. So if you go into a forums or a chat channel asking, like, how do I become like you? Oh, you're so perfect and all that. Really, please take a minute and think what these people have gone through. Like, why do they have eating disorder? Like, why do they feel like this? It's not easy. So far, I'm just gonna say this. I'm probably jumped all over the place, but I'm just doing this on the fly. I will try and keep a video diary with this filter habit going on, and describe the phases that I go through. Maybe people will understand how it feels to be in this kind of mentality, and maybe people will stop wanting this, and maybe people will stop treating this as some sort of fad or something that the girls do it to be hip. It is an actual disorder, it's an actual disease, and it's not to be taken lightly, and it's not to joke around with. This is all for now. I hope you all have a good day, and I hope you make the sensible choice and just work out, eat healthy, and do not judge eating disorder people, even if though that means overeating or undereating.